Okay, there we go. We're good, right? We're good. That was bizarre. Okay, don't know why that happened. Great music. Yeah, we're listening to the extra DMCA-friendly playlist today because we're on YouTube and not Twitch. I guess I should get like a little intro out of the way. Hello, everyone on YouTube. My name is Graham. This is Tabatai Cooking. Normally, I'm a Twitch streamer, but I had the day off and I thought, what the heck? We'll go live on YouTube. It's been a while since I've done one of these. And I make a lot of ramen at home, so today we're going to be doing sort of a noodle making and plating tutorial for like a chicken shoyu ramen with toasted green onions, which is like one of my favorite things to make, so. Alright, we're good. Okay, I hope that doesn't go out again. If it does, I'll just reset the audio interface and it's normally fine. But as you can imagine, a few things behind the curtain are pretty new today. So there may be some goofiness, and if there is, I apologize in advance. Shout out to Meg in chat, by the way, who put together the thumbnail, like, at the last minute. Thank you so much for that. That was super helpful, actually. Day off! Hang on, let me move into the kitchen. I already tested my Stream Deck to make sure my Stream Deck works, so... and then I pressed a button and it didn't work, so that's good times. Here, we'll just do it this way. Alright. I think I can change scenes still. Yeah. Fancy, fancy. All right. Get around the corner with this cable here. There we go. I've got my water. I've got my Stream Deck. Forgot to turn lights on. It's always something with these streamers. It's always something. Hang on a second. Aziz. Light. There we go. All right, and welcome in, everyone. I'm looking forward to a swift assembly process here today, much swifter than normal. But thank you to everyone who's tuning in. I appreciate it. Zeeks, hello, hello. I wish you were live. I mean, I am live right now. Called your home assistant Aziz? No, but that would be kind of hilarious, actually. No, I was actually just using my system tray. Hi, I'm not on Twitch. That text is scripted. You don't sound familiar. What's your username on Twitch? That was a joke. On a Monday on YouTube, I know. Well, I had the day off, and I figured, why the heck not? You know, we'll just go ahead and plate up some food. This is like what I would normally make tonight anyway. So I thought, let's just go live on YouTube. I did one of these a couple of years ago, and it was actually a lot of fun. Things are different on this side from both the streamer and the viewer perspective. I'm kind of curious what you guys notice as being different, you know? So be open with your feedback, please. Laziz would be more appropriate. Hello, YouTuber. Thank you, Hero. What do Japanese YouTubers say instead of like and subscribe? What do they say? I want to know. All right. Kitchen's a little bit of a mess because I made beer yesterday. That is happily fermenting over in the corner. But I think first things first, let's go ahead and get the tomatoes roasting, and then we can start working on noodles. I had that backwards. Let's make noodles first, because those are going to need a little bit of a rest. Are you YouTuber? I am. I actually am. All right. Get our bread flour out. It's just me and Amanda tonight, but my noodle machine, the smallest batch of noodles it can make is 4 servings. So we're going to make 4 servings of noodles. J-Class, hello. It's been a while. How have you been? Hit that bell. Also, you need to ask us to comment about something for engagement. Oh, yeah. Well, you're doing that right now, Zeeks. You're doing that right now. I don't have to do anything. It's always something, like, easy to answer, too, right? Like, what's your favorite type of noodle? Let me know in the comments. I gotta, like, come pre-stocked with those types of prompts if I'm gonna be here. Been wonderful. Almost finished. That was my next question, is when's graduation? But I'm glad it's going well for you. That's super exciting. Flattered, but I'm already engaged. Thank you. That is accurate. Although, well, I know your fiance, and she doesn't like ramen. Favorite type of noodle? Yeah. If it's long and starchy, that is my favorite type of noodle. All right, we're trying to get up to 400 grams here, and I know... Oh, you can actually see the readout on there. Good. Note to self, need to buy more bread flour. We're using bread flour because it's higher in protein. My Twitch viewers all know already, but I'm just going to keep talking as though somebody's going to watch this 6 months from now. Zoodle. Zoodle. There was like a zoodle craze a few years ago, right? Like, I remember those being sold everywhere. You could get pre-zoodled zucchini in like Target and stuff, but it's like an extra $4 for zucchini. What do they call them in the UK? Courgettes? Angel hair is the best. I do like the thin ones. Graduation's in August. Very exciting. Congratulations. She hates it there. I will break up without you. Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I hope that goes well. You could always do what I do and just learn to make good food at home, Moody, right? I mean, Amanda didn't like onions and bell peppers when we started dating, and it took a little while to get her on board. But we eventually got there. All right. Need to weigh out our water. We are using 152 grams of cold tap water. I'm going to go ahead and rinse out that measuring cup first, actually. Just came out of the dishwasher, and I don't want any residue on there. Didn't get into onions and peppers until I'm mid-30s. That is actually kind of unexpected for you. Did it cook along with you and she hated it? Okay. Well, I mean, I'm willing to take the blame for that, to be honest. I'm willing to take the blame. Hated the oyakodon. Hated it, wow. I don't know, I mean, it's chicken and eggs. I thought that was like a universal food. When? Hello. Headed to the train station soon, nice. So are you on the train and headed to the station, or are you on your way into your departure station? Texture issue, yes, yeah. I think for Amanda it was kind of the same, especially with the bell peppers. Because if you cook them too much, like the inside sort of loses structure, and then all you've got is like just the skin floating around in your sauce or whatever, and that really bothers Amanda. Oyakodon is so likable. But I mean, with Moody's fiance, it's like, I know she's not a fan of rice. So that's like, by volume, 3/4 of the dish just gone. I love rice. I think rice is the best. She doesn't like the taste of the mixture of soy sauce, mirin, and sake, which is like the cornerstone of all Japanese. Yeah, that's like the Japanese mirepoix. Hitting curry leaves and trying Indian food, right. Like, I don't really like warm spices, but, you know, I'll try another bite of curry and see if I like this one. Andrea, so nice to see you. Welcome in. All right, what did I say? 152 grams? We'll go with that. Nope. Okay, 152.6, but it's fine because, in my experience, about a half a gram sticks to the measuring cup as you pour it in. What you gonna do? We're on a train back to San Francisco. Night, dude, everybody's on a train today except for me. What the hell? Rice is all filler, no thrill. I mean, could not be more wrong. Time for me to go. Have a nice trip. I was about to say, Wen is going to one of my favorite cities, Hiroshima, today. Saucy rice is the best part. I wholeheartedly agree. I understand the argument to be made against it, because by itself it does taste like not a whole lot. That's why you serve it with things, and it complements those things. It tastes very nice. All right, we need, there they are, Pua. Got my kansui. 2 different salts, sodium and potassium carbonates. Need some kosher salt as well. Forgot he was in Japan. Yeah, he's having a heck of a time. Very, very busy. Fascination with Israeli couscous. I just don't know what she likes anymore. Man. Work on projects in a train simulator. Yeah, I was about to say, I know you. So, I laughed a little bit. When is in Japan, shared stuff in the Discord about, like, being on the Shinkansen. And I was like, oh, what line are you on? And you, like, had to check. And I was like, you can't just leave me hanging like that. Like, I need to know. I need to know. When, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. YouTube. Hello, Rayla. Welcome in. Stink Eye. I'm just having fun. Alright, 2 grams. There we go. Nailed it. Is it pasta, but she doesn't like ramen because she sees it as just soup. It's infuriating. Yeah. I've had this described to me before, and I was like, this is going to require too much brain power to try and rationalize, so I won't even try. All right, 3 grams. That was 2 grams of salt, 3 grams sodium carbonate. Brian also used to work with a guy who did not like soup, and he described it as oily water. And I was like, you leave my house. It's oily water. Like, I don't want you over here. You got to go home, man. I can think of about 8 different non-ramen soups that I love, maybe just as much, to be honest. Are you ready to... Okay, I thought you might have been. I just wanted to check. Why do people specialize in soup? I can make soup at home. This is like what people say to Amanda at Artist Alleys. Why is this $20? I can make this at home. Amanda goes, they never do. Perfect ramen weather right now. You know what's funny, Moody, is like, it's probably the same weather here. Right now it's 63 degrees outside. It's cloudy. Sorry, 63 Fahrenheit. I don't know, it's just good soup weather. Like, I'm really into this. Could not have chosen better weather than today for making ramen. Is ramen fussy? It's just delicious. Oh, see the fun. I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean, I think there probably is a bit. Is it fussy? Is it fashionable? It's a fuss to make. That's for sure. I don't know if there's like a fuss, a hullabaloo. Slightly trendy, I guess, in America. But in Japan, it's like definitely just fast food, you know? Don't talk to me or my Sonny ever again. Oh, this was years before Sonny was even born. That guy never even had a chance to meet her. Get out of my house. All right, we're gonna be able to tell when everything's dissolved because the water's gonna go clear. Let me zoom in a bit so you guys can actually see the change. There we go. He was like 114 day. Yeah, see. Normally what that means is it's gonna get hot here very soon, so I gotta enjoy this cool weather while I can. I'm wearing shorts. I've got a short sleeve shirt on. Like, I'm just vibing. Loving it. I think this weekend I might get up to 72. So, you know, it's not all fun and games here. Don't like ramen, I'm udon or soba. See, now that is just having a preference as to which type of noodle you like, which I'll it's not my thing, but I will fight for your right, Meg. Actually, this is kind of true too. I'm well known as the ramen guy on Twitch and stuff, but like, my favorite noodle is actually soba, buckwheat noodles. Soba was like my first love, so. In fact, Meg, I don't know, were you around for the Japan streams in November? I don't know if you were. Ramen's too much oil for me, has hurt me every time I've liked it. Yeah, that's totally fair. Totally fair. Lily, hello. Should I type up my lurk emote? Will it show? Good question. I have no idea. Take a cold soba with dippy sauce over ramen. Yeah, most days that is true for me. But I like making ramen more, if that makes sense. There's more to fuss over, to borrow Moody's term. Secret 91 lurk. See, I'll know what that means. I'll know what that means. Yeah, one of the things I bought in Japan in November was a kilogram of soba flour to bring home and try to make noodles with. I believe Hero was in chat. And a few days later, he started giving me grief about it. He was like, I cannot believe you bought soba flour. He's like, you were the only person I've ever seen buy soba flour. Literally everybody else on the planet would just buy the dried noodles and take them home. I was like, yeah, I'm a weirdo. Oh, I know who that is, Sophia. Hello. I want to try the dippy ramen, even though it hurts me just once. Oh, it's Skamen. Yeah, it's delicious. And actually, don't tell anybody I said this, but I think Skamen is maybe more approachable than ramen. Because you get so tied up in how to consume it. Like, there's not really a protocol to it or anything, but like, it's just more fun to eat, you know? Skamen. Alright. Perfect. Fully dissolved. Just gonna go ahead and rinse this chopstick off here. Give it a little pat dry, and then gonna make our dough. Yeah, if you want recommendations for Skamen places, like I do have a few of those for Tokyo. Which to date is the only city in Japan I've ever eaten that dish in. Kind of weird. We have a good one in Seattle too, actually. Actually, I'm wearing the shirt from Menu Musashi. These guys, if you're ever in Seattle, check them out. It's really good. Wow. No, the camera's focused. I just stepped away from it. All right. You're modded. You should be. Hang on, my wife's asking for mod. Hang on. Let me see if I can do that from the browser window here. And... oh yeah, you've got more than one account on my thing, so you're now a mod. Just open OBS back up and we're good to go. Let's all be mods. What's up, Daff? Didn't expect to see you here. Most ramen places have Skamen, or should I research before walking in and asking? They wouldn't think it's weird if you asked. I'll put it that way. But the places that are like specializing in Skamen are like well known for it. And they normally advertise as like a Skamen shop. Interestingly, most Skamen shops will have ramen also, but not the other way around. Alright. These are fresh noodles, which means they're going to be very soft, lightly aerated. Not going to fully degas because we're not doing an overnight rest. In fact, we're probably going to barely do a rest at all, because I would like to make these as quickly as possible. But this is just like a standard noodle recipe. For each serving, it's 100 grams of flour, 38 grams of water, half a gram of salt, and 1 gram of kansui. And I use a 75-25 mix of sodium versus potassium. Mod flex. Oh, she'll flex. Sonny's like, Graham's talking on the internet, and that means it's dinner time. Can't fool me. See that? Amanda was wearing a sweater. That's how cool it is here. All right. Usually switch to my hands right about now. Got any lotion on your hands or anything? Make sure you wash your hands before doing this. Like, these noodles taste coconutty to anyone else? Are you wearing a sweater? What's the temp like in Portland right now? Cold because it was 90 degrees and I was sweating horrible on my hike, so my sweat is keeping me cold. And dude, just brought back memories of what it was like living in the Southeast. It's like, I would go on like runs and stuff right around dusk. And then you get all sweaty and you go inside where it's air conditioned and the sun goes down and gets even colder. Terrible feeling. 60 there? Yeah, we're about the same right now. Yeah, I used to just head it off and just, I just go running at night instead. Back when I lived in Orlando, I'd go jogging at like 2 in the morning because I worked a hotel job from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. every night. And so like after work, I would just drive home, put on my my running clothes and go jog around the college campus for like an hour. It was an experience. UCF, University of Central Florida at 2 a.m., like there is no God. Partner works as a delivery guy in Florida. Yeah. That was actually one of my first jobs, and maybe the closest I've ever been to true food service in terms of employment is delivering pizzas in Northeast Florida. And yes, you see some stuff. I was a bright-eyed and young 19-year-old, and a lot of very sketchy things happened. Convince me you're... Oh, yeah, see? Yeah, that's how it works. But, you know, you got to be able to cope with the winter, which is long and dark and very damp. This year wasn't so bad. But most of the time it's like, the ground is just like squishy for 4 months. It can really wear on some people. All right, we're gonna plastic wrap that. Feels pretty good to me. Oh, first you have to ruin the box of plastic wrap. There we go. Dude, I'm so terrible with this stuff. All right, there we go. I'm better than I used to be. Back when I first started streaming, it was like, it would just get balled up in my hand on the way to whatever I'm wrapping. But that's not that bad. We got a nice airtight seal on there. And that's gonna keep the water from evaporating out. So hopefully in like 10 or 20 minutes, this will be ready to press together. I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna wash my hands, because that's important. And we can start working on toppings after this. So everything's pretty much done. The tare and the broth are already done. The broth is just going to be like a mix of chicken and pork broth that I've sort of skimmed a lot of the fat off of, because I want to make an aroma oil with you guys using, since it's a Shoyu ramen and it's a really dark soy sauce we're using, I want the aroma oil to be a clarified butter with green onions cooked in it. So I guess we can go ahead and start doing that now. Oh wait, no, tomatoes. Let's work on tomatoes first. Got these really nice Campari tomatoes from Trader Joe's. These are like perfect roasting size. Just gonna get 2 of these out. You don't really even have to trim them. Oop. Dropping them on the ground is optional. So much better than what it was back in the day, yeah. Yeah, a lot of that stuff is much easier to use than it was even a few years ago. All right. Oh, dude, one of the tomatoes burst on the ground, too. Okay, all right. Sorry, Tommies. Sorry, Tommies. Dude, these are so good. They're like, I would say not even super sweet. They just have a very nice, complex flavor that tastes good with just about everything, to be honest. And they get so soft when they're ripe. Little cooking tip. I don't give many of these out. I like to just cut the stem end off using a serrated knife. No matter how ripe they are, this thing just sails right through it. I've got a toaster oven on the counter, so we're just going to place these cut side down on a baking tray, and we're going to bake those at like 400 degrees for 25 or 30 minutes. I like to leave the convection setting on, and we're going to cook them until the skin darkens. So we're going to check on these from time to time. There we go, timer, 30 minutes, that's fine. There we go, perfect. And those will take a little bit of time. If they need a little bit more color when it comes time to plate, like we'll just hit them with the torch a little bit. Not a butter, so using mayos? No, mayo is like overwhelmingly just oil. Like it's oil and eggs, right? So like, you can totally use it as a substitute for butter in a lot of scenarios. It's just hot mayonnaise has a distinct odor that is less pleasant than butter. So, you know, if you're not doing anything where that matters, probably fine. All right, now we're not going to use a full stick of butter tonight, but I am going to clarify a full stick of butter. I got Tillamook today. Fancy, fancy. Spoiling you guys. All right. Let that soften up just a little bit. And we're gonna choose the saddest, lamest green onions that I bought. Zoom out just a little bit. Normalized Knitting, it is so good to see you. Welcome in. How have you been? And also, do you want to be a mod here? Rihanna is one of my mods on Twitch. All right. These are like, they're actually not sad at all. They're just flat. I'll use this flat onions. Over YouTube, it was so confused. Yeah, Zeke's, I don't know if he was joking, but like legit thought this was a YouTube premiere and not just a live video. No idea how to be one on YouTube, but I'll figure. Yeah, I want to know like what is the viewing and chat experience like over here. There you go. You can moderate yourself, or I can moderate you, just like that. Because I remember last time I streamed on YouTube, they didn't have clips. I think they have clips now. I don't know if I have them turned on, but I think they have clips here now. The dashboard is really cool. It's like you can, because you can actually start the stream, like stream to the server, and then it doesn't automatically go live. You still have to hit go live on the website, so you get rid of that 10-minute startup period that you would have on Twitch when you're still setting up your kitchen. Or, you know, I'm still setting up my kitchen. Much more sparse here comparatively. Makes sense, yeah. Yeah, so I wonder, like, I'll do more research into it, because I'm interested, but, like, I am also curious, like, how much automated moderation goes on here versus Twitch, too, right? Because, like, the terms of service are different. So it stands to reason that there may be a difference in auto mod as well. Keen to know how all that works. So I'll be poring over the VOD for this, like, pretty meticulously. Alright. Let's trim those up. Get those dry parts off the ends. Alright. Give these one more rinse. Here, I'll check it ready. Like Redemption's channel emotes is unnerving. Yeah. Well, I'm not, you know, affiliated or partnered or anything over here. So I don't have any of that unlocked. But I could, I'm pretty sure, set up, like, not quite channel point redemptions, but it'll be like chat commands. I think I can set those up using the third-party software I use. I just didn't do any for today. Actually, oh wait, no, I think the fart one worked. There you go, it worked. Welcome to the jungle. You know what, though? I mean, I was new on Twitch once. It's hard to remember because it was half a decade ago. But I was new on Twitch once. We're gonna cut these into chunky pieces so they're easier to filter out of the butter later. What's that timer for? Oh yeah, the dough. Perfect timing. Yeah, dude. Saying half a decade right now just made me feel like really old. Shouldn't have said that. Alright. Got a little saucy pan. That is all we need for clarified butter. I'm gonna go ahead and focus the other camera on that. Just scooch that forward here. There we go. Did I turn that burner on? I sure didn't. All right, we're gonna slowly melt the butter. We're gonna break the emulsion. And then we're gonna stop shy of browning it, but we're gonna just sort of clarify. We're gonna get it to separate, and then we're gonna throw the green onions in there to sort of provide a little extra flavor. Don't worry, friend, I'm looking at your butter jealously. Using excess seasoning to negate the mayo vibes. We did an on-stream experiment one time where we compared, because there's this other streamer, Ms. Ruby, who declared herself my rival like ages ago and then proceeded to become super internet famous. Yeah, she swears by grilled cheese sandwiches with mayo instead of butter on the bread. And I didn't believe that that was even possible until I tried it. And it turns out the texture is actually really good. Again, I just prefer the flavor of hot butter over hot mayonnaise, you know? What did you need butter for? We are using clarified butter as our aroma oil, and I'm gonna cook some green onions in there to provide a little extra flavor. Oh, you're probably talking to Meg though, huh? Do mayo instead on the grilled cheese? The grilled cheese?
Butter's so good though.
It's valid. I just really prefer the butter. Could be my upbringing.
Also, for some reason, I don't know if it's because of YouTube or OBS or the Stream Deck, I was trying to hit the button to turn on the producer cam.
Oh yeah, that doesn't work for some reason.
Okay,
It's
cool.
probably because I set up a different scene configuration for YouTube. Really boring technical details, but you gotta do it, so.
Rihanna. Hi.
Why not both? You could do both.
I look like a character from Naruto when my head is down. Is it because
What?
characters in Naruto have blonde hair?
No, it's like from the opening when they're all, it's like that anime opening thing where they all got their head down. They look up, determined at the sunset or something.
Wow.
Seen it a million times.
Yeah, I forgot because Naruto's bad.
Oh, Jesus, Amanda. Jesus. Gonna get me banned on here day one. Oh, butter, but prefer the the texture, I will admit, is very good with mayo. Maybe even better than butter.
Sunny. like bashing the
Oh, yeah,
food bowl around.
this is hydrated.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are they gonna ban you for being correct? Surely I'm not the only person on YouTube that thinks that Naruto is trash anime. Technically, Naruto ended right, but then there's like Naruto.
Well, they spun it off, yeah.
Where
Like,
he ate a burrito and.
No, he had a child, and the child was very quick, so they named him Bolt.
No, it's because he ate a burrito.
No, it's actually Bolt.
And he's burrito.
No, Amanda, you don't have to make up a ridiculous story because the truth is already so ridiculous.
I'm so fast. Name me Bolt. I go fast.
Naruto will never end just like One Piece is in its final saga right now, actually.
Yeah, the big difference with like One Piece and Naruto is
There's been an end planned for the longest in One Piece.
Yeah.
Naruto was like, I want money forever.
Yeah. It's like very clear, like when a series like has a plan for an ending and when one is just making it up as they
Right.
go.
Hey, sub. Welcome in.
Sub. How did they know he was fast when he was a baby? He was pooping really fast.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that the name is supposed to be Bolt, and Boruto is how that would be, like, katakanized.
He just flew out of
He was very quick.
out of Hinata's womb at the speed of
Oh my
light.
god, what are we talking about today?
Just like my cat.
Like my cat. Thank you for sharing that video, by the way, earlier. I laughed very hard.
So cool.
Cats are so cool.
Should have named him Boruto. Should you have? Yang says, I have a love-hate relationship with Naruto, just nostalgia reasons.
Oh, hey, Yang.
I mean, there are still, like, fun characters
No,
in
listen,
Naruto.
I will never shame anybody for liking something ever,
Yeah.
but, like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I've seen more of it than I want to admit right here on camera, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, also, Yang, like, you're way too young to, like, have watched them, but, like, the 80s cartoons that, you know, if you're, like, a millennial you grew up with, you go back and watch them now, you're like, wow, these are incredibly bad. It's amazing how
It's not even a little
these
bit
are.
bad. It's like real bad.
How we just had no idea when we were children.
I remember it was like 10 years ago, because we were at the place in Jacksonville. I think right after we moved in there. And I downloaded like the 90s X-Men show that we all loved. And that was bad. We didn't know it at the time, but that show was pretty bad.
No, like, yeah, trying to go back and, like, watch, like, Gem and the Holograms, and, like, an episode will just completely change tone and, like, direction in the same episode, not even, like, episode to episode. It was like nobody knew what they were doing, and they're like, children aren't going to notice. And I guess, to be fair, they
they landed on a point, you know?
And also...
Emmy, hello.
Hi, Emmy.
So nice to have you here.
And also, back then, even if the children had those thoughts, it's not like we could talk to each other online about it. You just were an island with your thoughts. Meg says, Amanda has no idea for making Tabatai cooking famous. Try to get the channel hate canceled by Naruto fans and engaging the followers in drama. That is
We'll be on the wrong side of the Naruto fandom, but on the right side of history.
Yeah.
Right?
I can also tell you how I think that Bleach is trash.
Oh, don't even get me started on Bleach. That show, that whole series makes me so angry.
Speaking of shonen anime that did not have a plan all the way through.
It was so good in the beginning, and then they just kept, like, every change to the series made it worse.
Yeah.
Every change.
I haven't watched Evangelion in a very long time. I am interested to go back.
I want to go back and watch it, because,
they have
like,
all this new-
in high school,
new stuff.
I didn't get it. You know what I mean? I definitely did not get it in high school. I pretended I did to seem cool. But I want to go back and try to appreciate it again. I've heard the new movies are a really good way of doing that. Mm-hmm. But I haven't seen a single one, so...
Yeah, for the Bleach, I just like to say it has the Kingdom Hearts syndrome, where it was like, would you like to have 8 million dudes?
Straight up, TJ
all-
Kubo did not know what kind of story he wanted to write.
Yeah.
And
it's-
changed directions like 3 times.
And it's just like, here's a bunch of people all wearing the same coat, but they have wacky hair and weird abilities. And I'm like, wow, it's just like Kingdom Hearts, but anime.
Ooh, got a little
Mickey
sizzle
Mouse.
over here.
Hey, Kane Cow.
Kane, what's up, brother? Hi from Leah and me. Hello to Leah and Kane. Rewatch it, then more brain hurts by immediately watching the rebuilds. Mm-hmm. I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Silly coat, fellas. That's them. That's Bleach.
Silly coat guys.
Silly coat guys.
Can you swap to stove for me?
And the story of the haunted sword. That's
The haunted swords.
Bleach.
All right, so we got some sizzling butter here. Let me go ahead and just throw in a ton of green onions. That's how I feel about it.
I know.
So now this is going to be butter, but improved. All right. You may have noticed that I didn't talk about it at all, but we pressed the noodle dough flat so that we can run it through the noodle machine. It's going to rest right now, and then I'm going to run it through the machine. If you could swap back to the counter for me, that would be great.
Can you remember what the point of Bleach was? So
originally it was like Ghostbusters.
it was like
it was
episodic
awesome.
Ghostbusters, and it was fun. And then they were like, and now.
And then it was like we went to the afterlife, and there's 80 million characters that you have to remember all their names. All of them have subtle Japanese puns.
Silly coat guys.
Silly coat guys with crazy hair.
Yeah,
And then it turned into like every other power leveling shonen anime. And then later it turned into like a mystery thing. And it should have ended early on.
Yeah.
Should have ended very early on.
I liked the style. I used to read the manga, and I used to really like they do the
Dude,
like,
that's the worst part,
chapters.
is that guy was so good at drawing cool clothes.
Yeah.
He was so good at it.
Like every like chapter would open with like characters wearing like cool, like fashionable outfits. I really liked that. You know, it just would have been better if it just stayed like zany Ghostbusters.
All right. Ignore the mess in the background, please. I brewed beer yesterday. Leave me alone. Hey, yeah.
Oh, I can't do mess. Oh,
Also, Josh Groban was there. What's up, Isaiah? If you want to change your username, you can.
yeah.
Just FYI.
It's out. I honestly couldn't figure it out, and I was like, I guess I'll just make a new YouTube account with my Plaidberry Gmail. It was like way too difficult to
You can
figure
add
out.
an account to an existing email. I've got like 3 on my Tabatai Cooking one, but yeah.
It wasn't immediately clear, and also I was just trying to get it done quickly, and also I was slowly killing a troll in Valheim. So
Like you do.
I
I'll give you an assist later. No worries.
Yeah. So you did. Oh yeah.
Also, what do you mean Josh Groban was there? We're like
in Bleach?
we're like ignoring the crux of a really weird statement.
Don't you ever say my name.
I have and I will.
I like your name.
That sounds disgusting. What?
Wait, she is like so confident that it's dinner time.
They'll do it. I'll do it again.
Again.
Who's making that noise? Oh,
Yeah, Bonds.
I wasn't gonna say his real name.
I said Bonds.
I wasn't going to say his real name.
Oh. So confused. I will unsee and unremember Bonds.
And see, everybody knows anyway, just because of the nature of the things he types in chat.
Yeah. Sorry.
Bleach Abridgment Eisen make everyone think he was Josh Groban because he thought it was. Oh, I see.
Technically, I said it too.
Yeah, no. Amanda did it. Everyone knows. It's fine. Maybe I'm protecting too poorly guarded a secret.
I also was reading it that Bonds is like, don't ever say my name, Isaiah. So that's like that's what I was reading in.
I'm withholding comment on all of this.
Who are
on
you?
All of this. He's
New
just a new
person?
viewer named Isaiah, okay?
A new guy.
Just a new viewer named Isaiah.
Never seen before.
Just some weirdo that types about Josh Groban.
Fushigi mystery man, to be sure. Yang, did you say something about dinner? What did you make for dinner? Yeah, when are you and Ghost eating dinner now? Cause
Yeah, your schedule's so different.
yeah.
Normally, I'm the weird. Yeah, well, there's only room for one anyway.
Well, you don't normally talk about Josh Groban in anime, I don't think. I'm just a little
she
guy.
would.
That's also, I don't think, true. Whoever you are. I don't know that you're a big, tall man.
You sound like you're about a 6'3" Texan, so.
A huge little weeb.
Just a big boy, little weeb.
It's true, I've also never seen a Bleach. You are not missing out. You know what is good, though? Is Fate Stay Night.
Accurate.
I am rewatching. I rewatched Fate Zero and I blasted into Unlimited Blade Works. And I don't know... I think, like, throughout it, the animation is always good, because Fate Zero had some kind of episodes where they're like, we didn't care so much about the budget. But, like, every scene of Fate Unlimited Blade Works just looks...
Oh, it pops.
It's so beautiful. It's like, yeah, it's ufotable. We did this.
We did this. Everything we make is solid gold.
You did sew one of their costumes for money. Yeah, that's a familiar story. The Bleach costume.
Oh yeah, there was a period of time where everyone in the state of Florida, and presumably Georgia, that knew how to sew, had to make Bleach costumes for somebody they knew.
True.
Oh, that smells so good, by the way.
Yeah.
The butter. I definitely did it. I'm not gonna lie. So.
I didn't do Bleach, but I did do Naruto.
Just call me Graham. Part of the problem, Tabatai cooking.
I haven't watched Fate, but one day maybe. It is very good.
You'd like it for what it's worth.
I think you'd like it a lot.
I've also been telling you about it for like 10 years, so I will not waste your time further.
Yeah, but I know that you like a good dark theme. There's a lot of that. Oh.
There we go. Fixed it.
Oh, right, you just... I cosplayed from Naruto a bajillion years ago, but I did make a Naruto costume for Makio Ken for the MetroCon cosplay chest. He commissioned me to do that. Which that was actually fun because I never wanted to make it because I never wanted to cosplay Naruto, but I do like his jacket.
Yeah, it's again classic example of shonen manga having very cool clothing.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun to make. Yeah, you started this, Dav. You don't get to complain.
You did this. Yang says, we eat now. It's made an interesting dish. Yesterday I went to a diner after grabbing some farm veggies and fruits, and the diner has what was called a Texas cheesesteak. It was extremely generous with the... meat.
Use the meat to make hayashi rice over oma rice with some garlic green beet. Oh, that sounds really good.
Okay. I was like thinking you were saying like meat infused meat, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. She probably means something else.
Both were coworkers at GameStop because dollars. My best friend and I did closet cosplay for Bleach circa 2006, 2007.
Nice.
That was the year.
Well,
that was the year.
They all had like casual outfits that I think were pretty easy to do.
Well, even the robes themselves weren't difficult to make or source, really, at the time, right?
Yeah. Well, it depends, right? Because 2006, 2007, I'm like trying to think of like when when could you just go online and buy a costume from China for like $60? Because I don't remember exactly when that started.
I think it was right around that time, actually.
I think so.
Right around that time.
I've never partook.
It is time to strain the butter. I'm just going to use a spoon to hold the majority of the green onions back. This is like now sort of a compound butter. It's just got the flavor of the green onions in there.
Mm-hmm. Smells good.
Does smell excellent.
Bleach had really big teeth. Do you mean that you should bleach your teeth so that they're white?
What?
I don't know. Only read the manga. I say if you go with the manga too, they did have all those chapters, right? Like the intro chapter pages where they had like cool clothes. So you could totally do like costume, like closet cosplay.
Yeah, 100%.
Calling it Texas cheesecake hayashi omurice. Now that's what I call Yoshoku.
That's Yoshoku AF.
The villains that ghost had big teeth. See, I think, was that just in the beginning though?
Well, the guys later, what were they called? The Arankar or whatever?
No, I'm pretty.
They all had the big toothy designs, big jaw designs.
Oh yeah.
What was the one guy's name? Grimjow, Jabberjack.
Jebediah.
Jebediah.
Gem and the Holograms.
Something. What was his name?
Jim Jaw.
Jabberjaw. There's something weird.
Jimmy Johns. You remember that famous Bleach character, Jimmy Johns?
Is that shop not a reference to Bleach? Do I have to confront my whole worldview with regards to sandwiches?
Oh my god.
Jeppy, obviously.
Very
Jeppy Rooks. What made this Texas cheesesteak? Yeah, what is it, like brisket?
Big hamburger.
Hamburger. All right. Remember that time in Tabatai Cooking when the guy was like, "It's noodling time," and then he noodled all over the place? That's what we're about to do. All right, let's widen this. Now, the last time I made these noodles, people commented that they were kind of thick. So I'm going to roll them out really thin this time. And try to sort of reset, recalibrate what a noodle looks like to me.
It's noodle time.
It's noodle time.
A very big cheesesteak, generous with meat, and chopped bacon top.
Oh, okay. Who knows what I did wrong?
Graham.
Who knows what I did wrong?
I know.
Who knows what I did wrong? Okay, that's a problem.
There is no messy here. I can't do it either. My god, Graham.
Wow.
I thought it sounded weird, but also you're supposed to flatten it, right, before you cut it?
Yeah, it has to be way flatter. Okay, so there's almost zero chance of this coming out well. But we're still gonna try.
Can you roll it out by, like, hand to get it out?
Yeah, I need to get the big chunk out of there first, though. Oh, or maybe not. We'll just... just fix that right now. Wow. Okay, these are gonna be weird noodles. These are gonna be weirdo noodles.
Go on YouTube and everything goes...
Right. I was like, I'm practiced enough of this recipe. I'm sure nothing will go wrong on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Clips work. Thank you, Rihanna.
Thank you for testing the clip function out. This is all intent. This is all on purpose.
You made Spatzel. It does kind of look like it.
Oh my god. The only way I can think to get this out of here is just by running it again, which is terrifying.
Fine.
All right, let's see if everything comes out of there okay. I think it bent one of the clips, actually. There we go. It sure did just spit all that out. Okay.
Right. Do over.
All right, what are you gonna do with me? Guys, listen. It's been a long week.
Graham, it's Monday.
I don't want to hear that. It's been a long week.
Barf.
All right, we're going to fold and press this a few more times than I normally would to compensate for my egregious error. And hopefully that straightens out all those crooked gluten chains. Normally you only want to stretch it out in one direction to sort of elongate and sort of directionalize the gluten stretch. And we're going to see if you can do that after you mess it up that badly. My guess is no.
While we're fixing this, here's some Pride Month merch. Smooth. Yeah, well, Graham's doing that. If anybody hasn't seen, we do have a very cool new Noodles and Equal Rights shirt on our shop. And all proceeds from that this month are going to go on over to the Trevor Project. So in case you're interested in that. We also will be giving, one of those shirts is going to be given away as a giveaway to whoever wins our Valheim competition, which is going to be this upcoming Sunday. We will also be fundraising for the Trevor Project for that. More details to come to Discord.
All right. It doesn't feel like great dough, but it feels like dough.
Does it need to rest?
All right, we're gonna let that rest for a moment because it needs to think. It needs to rethink its life choices.
Yeah, it's the.
And I'm gonna check this thing to make sure it didn't break. It looks all right, actually.
I mean, I would hope everything should be pretty sturdy. This is like a heavily machine.
Yeah, it is. It is like a commercial grade machine,
Right.
so it should be all right. The only thing that I think may have bent a little bit is this, but I reckon I can sort of straighten that out using a pair of pliers. So.
Just kicking around her food bowl. I suppose I could feed her. It's only 15 minutes early.
Yeah, if you want to. No harm, no foul.
Are you?
Needs to think about what it's done.
Are you wasting away?
Poor Sonny.
She's parrot.
He's like, I don't care about Graham's noodles. I'm not getting any
fed
anyway.
in hours.
I'm not getting any noodles anyway. All right. I guess I'm just gonna. Does that work? Not really. Yeah, I'll take some pliers if you got them around. They need to be like your chunkiest, heaviest pair, though. This piece, I fear, may have gotten bent a little bit. You can sort of see it has like an S-like shape now. I'm not quite strong enough to like, yeah. No, just one. It is true. I did break one noodle machine before, but that was because I was putting a very hard, non-pliable dough through it. It actually happened while Ghost was staying at our place, I think. All right. Whoa! Dude, that thing must have exerted some pressure. I can't tell if that looks better or not. Anyway. We'll just put it back on. Someone's been skipping finger day at the gym. Friends don't let friends skip finger day. Pretty soon it'll happen to you, Sub. You'll be 40 years old. You'll barely be able to fing. Alright. I'm not going to put the teeth in again. But we are going to go ahead and roll this out a little bit more. Do like a trifold sort of configuration here. See if that looks any better. If anything, it looks a little worse. All right, there we go. That's a little bit better. Let's thin these noodles out. Do this by a full turn. Angle you guys up a little bit here. Been skipping every day. Opening 20 Cokes a day. There we go. Can Brian hammer it down maybe? Maybe. The Fallacious Ranter. Who is that? Cooking streams on YouTube are so rare. This is actually only my second one. I've been on Twitch for like 5 years. So we're just sort of seeing what's up on YouTube because I had the day off. So did you not come over for my Twitch? I didn't expect that to happen today. All right. We're going to let this rest because it needs a moment. Again, to think about what it's done. But this rest is going to be a little bit longer. We're going to give it like 5 solid minutes. And I'm going to cover it with a little plastic wrap so that it doesn't dry out. They come over. This is Jenny B. Oh, okay. Welcome. Welcome. There we go. Yeah, I did one a while back. I like the continued VOD visibility on YouTube. if it's a recipe that like I'm very confident in, I kind of want to start the process of like just doing one-off streams and sort of like permanently leave these up, right? Because obviously the long-term viewership on Twitch is like not good. So, Trashley, welcome in. It's good to see you also. Oh, let me set a timer so I don't forget. There we go. That timer is for the noodle dough, which needs a moment to think about all the bad things it's done. Mostly the ones I made it do, but you know. What else do we have going on here? We've got the tomatoes, which actually look pretty toasty. I was gonna cook more, but then I dropped some on the ground, but look at those. Caramelized, crispy skin, roasted tomatoes. Delicious. Let me move these to a plate, just while we're waiting on dough. Oh. Dude, these Campari tomatoes make cooking easy, honestly. Like, hang on a second. Try to get the offset underneath there. They're like sticky underneath. We're gonna torch the top. Oh my god, dude, that's like syrupy. We're gonna torch the top side of these before they wind up in the ramen. Because the bottom side didn't quite get brown enough, I don't think. These look so good. Oh my god, it's like falling apart tender. Wow. There we go. All right. Perfect. Well, that went exactly to plan. The Camparis are good. So is Monday, then I saw your stream announcement. I panicked a little. Well, it is Monday. I just have the day off. I'm lucky enough to have the day off. It's, I was talking about this yesterday on Twitch a little bit. It's like sort of a convenient time for a holiday. It's also like a socially important holiday, obviously. We're celebrating Juneteenth today here in Washington State. And I think Scooter mentioned yesterday it was only a state-recognized holiday in like 23 or 26 states, I think. But, you know, I'm lucky that I work for an employer that observes it. That is how I'm able to be here today. All right. 3 minutes left. I'll refill my water here. It is a federal holiday as of last year or the year before, right? But like Amanda didn't have it off. Amanda had to work today. $2021, yeah. Stock market was closed today too, yep. 28, thank you, Dardream. Company gives us all Fed days. Yeah, we do most Fed days. I don't think my company does Veterans Day. But the other ones are all on there. Which, you know, in November, it's like you've already got 1 or 2 days off, depending, right? All right, I'm gonna set this aside so I'm not tempted to use it. And then, my company also has offices in like Canada and South Africa, so we sort of get holidays for those too sometimes. Only when it's like very convenient though, you know? But yeah. Everything else, that's what the PTO is for. Alright. I just want to make sure there's nothing like stuck to the bottom here. Did have a little bit of like dough balls. It's okay, we can just sweep those into the trash. In UK, so they were working today? Yeah. I'll have to check emails later, even though I wasn't personally working, because there's a chance I got an important email from somebody like our Canada office or something. All right, timer is up, which means it's time Try and press these flatter. Preserve this plastic wrap for future use. There we go. Oh, now we're looking good. Okay. Guys, I think we turned it around. I think we turned it around. And I'll get it closer to the camera so you can see how smooth it is. But I mean, it's so smooth the camera can't focus on it. There we go. That is some smooth dough. Let's go ahead and make that even thinner. Turn it down another 3/4 turn, and I think this is where I used to put my thin noodles at. Was this setting here? It looks right. All right, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Smooth. It's your dad's birthday? So, wait, hang on. So, your dad this weekend, Trashly, had like Father's Day, birthday, and an extra day off, right? Maybe. The standardized holidays company-wide, no matter what, globally, would have too many days. Yeah, because there's all sorts of ones, like, as an American, like, South African holidays, I just didn't know anything about. It's kind of nice learning about them, though, you know? Whew! All right, guys, we are back in business. All right, so this is, hang on, I'll pull it close again. This is the thickness I did last time I made this recipe, and people said it was maybe just a little too thick. So I'm gonna go ahead and just ratchet it down another couple of notches. And we're just gonna see what this gets us. If it's too far, I can always fold it in half and run it through again at the thicker setting. But I want to see what happens. Experiment time. Experiment time. So far, so good. Wow, that's nice. Okay. Wow, it feels like wet fabric at this thickness. It's like as light as canvas. Yeah. Lauren, welcome in. Meow Mix, good to see you too. New location, that's right. We're just sort of goofing off today. But this is a recipe that I experimented with off stream, and I thought it was really good. And I had the day off, so I was like, heck yeah, let's put it on YouTube. I was like, I don't want to do any editing, so we'll do it as a live video. It's my motivation behind being a live streamer. I like being the noodle guy. I just don't want to do any editing. Looks beautiful. Honestly, really nice, despite all the mistakes we made earlier. We don't need to talk about those anymore. We don't need to talk about those. Now, I'm going to be a real idiot with this, and I'm going to be mega precise. I'm going to be so precise with this noodle dough. I'm looking for my my tape measure. There it is. I want these to be 13 inches long. So it should be like that. Just give it a little notch on the side there. Let's see if we can fold this into an even number of pieces at 13 inches. You know what? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and crease these so I know where to cut. Oh, dude, that came out really good. Okay. For one, this excess, don't need it. We're gonna cut that off. Hell yeah, dude. I'm so happy with this now. It never works out this way. Anyway, the big takeaway here is that making noodles is hard. So, if you want to make ramen at home, just buy them. Don't do what I do. How's Sunny? She's doing good. She's out at the park with Amanda right now. Actually, I don't know if we put Sunny on camera the last time we did one of these. Sunny could have a YouTube debut today. Like one of those VTubers I keep hearing about. Would you ever let Sunny have cooked noodle scraps? Do you think she would absolutely eat them? She loves them raw, for whatever that's worth. She used to, at the old kitchen, because, you know, when you're rolling this stuff out, sometimes you get just little like flour nubbins that wind up on the floor, and she loves them. She goes like feral. So absolutely she would eat them cooked. I have no doubt in my mind. But yeah, I'd give her a piece. Just, you know, brace myself for gas later. Probably doing that anyway, though. Lauren, I hope you're doing well, by the way. I was thinking about you the other day. I can't remember what it was. Might be gone. Might be gone. But it's important you know I was thinking about you. She loved the lamb ramen you made. Yeah, what did I make her? I made her a dog-friendly ramen that was just unsalted chicken broth. It had like a few noodles in there, and then it was mostly like shredded cabbage and carrots, maybe with some apple strings or something. Loved it. Very good reviews on the dog ramen. We should do that again sometime for like a charity reward stream or something. That would be fun. Slurp the broth, yeah. I remember holding the microphone really close, and just in the distance you could hear Amanda burping on the other side of the kitchen. It's like, you're ruining her art. She's an ASM artist. Oh. Aha. I think this thing did get bent, but it's probably fine. Just needs to be tightened down more than it used to. There we go. That's not bad. Alright. Let's get all those scraps out of there that are still stuck in there from my mistake earlier. Now we just get to feed the noodles through. So, cute baby. That's her. That's Sunny. Oh, I've got a new sticker for this, by the way. I don't think I showed it off on Twitch yet, but Meow Mix, since you're here, you'll love it. This was a gift from one of Amanda's friends. It's one of her designs. Isn't that cute? Like a little Pomeranian Viking. I'm gonna put it on here somewhere. Isn't that cute? Googly eyes get me every time. I mean, how do you know where to look if I don't put googly eyes on it? All right. Yeah. 13-inch, nice and thin, straight noodles, actually. Just coming out really straight. Wow, dude, that is like angel hair. Fantastic. Here you go, chat. A feast for the eyes. Yeah. There we go. These are not particularly well rested at this point, but I want to go ahead and show one of my favorite gluten tests. So I'm going to grab 2 points of the noodle and I'm going to pull. And we're going to see how far it stretches. Actually, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. All right. Now we just got to portion it out. Look at those nudes! You guys will like this too, actually. I covered this recently on the other website, but Amanda bought this spoon rest for me, right? I think spoon rests are dumb, and I normally wouldn't encourage having one in the kitchen. But I noticed that when you turn this one upside down, it says nudes. I love it. All right, let's get a plate, a scale, and a larger plate. Uh-oh, here she comes. Here comes trouble. Send spoon. All right. Servings are about 120 to 135 grams a piece. $110. What's up? I can. Did she earn a treat? That's code for did she poop in the park? Give me 1 second to portion these out, and I'll be right with you guys. My first 120 grams joke on YouTube. Wait, 120 grams? Oh, 120 grams. I got you. I got you. I already forgot how many grams I said. That's why I didn't get the joke. Okay, that's 130. That'll be fine. See if I can ace one of these. I'll be happy. I'm going light. It's like 112. 120. That'll be all right. How much we got remaining here? These are so dry they don't really stick to it. That's 145. See, that's too much. All right. Most of these there. A little bit to that. And now we have perfectly portioned 13-inch thin, straight noodles. Yeah, we don't have the 0 command up either. I can do commands on YouTube. I just didn't set any up ahead of time because there's no real way to like export and import those as far as I'm aware. Which makes them a big pain to transfer. What you gonna do? The real reason I'll never shift full-time to YouTube, though, is because that would mean a reset for me at his burp counter. And I just don't want to do that to her. She's earned that, you know? She's earned it. Ah, see, this is what always happens to me. I don't need to be too careful with the covering. Ah, see, I ruined it. It's fine, though. It's fine. They'll last a little while. Our broth is already hot. We just got to heat up the noodle water now. Nothing is straight. I know. I was, like, waiting for Amanda to tell the Pride Month joke, and it didn't happen. And I was like, I don't know if I'm allowed to, but, like... I was thinking it. I want you to know, chat, I was thinking it. Straight noodles during Pride Month. What a shame. This is how I get canceled. Yeah, let me get the water going, though, because that'll take a few minutes to heat up. And after this, like, we're really just about ready. I've got to cut up the chicken. I've got to cut up the scallions. But apart from that, I think we're, like, good to go. Two of us said it in chat. Yeah. I was just reading chat. You have bi wife energy, it's okay. Or as I like to call it, zesty straight. Like those Ore-Ida fries, zesty straight.
Hi, Lauren. Look at you with your cute little avatar. I will say that I do like that on YouTube you can see people's like icons. Because that's like something that you have to like click to see on Twitch.
Yeah. No, that happened, like, what was it, last year for Pride Month, like June 1st, I was at the store and Amanda wanted tater tots. And while I was in the frozen potato section, they had a bag of fries that was labeled Zesty Straight. And I was like, this is a sign. This is a sign.
Great.
New identity unlocked.
My God, Lauren, I really enjoyed seeing your cosplay photos this weekend. Past weekend?
Oh, that's what I was thinking about. Yes. Lauren posted a bunch of cosplay photos
the
on
duality of Venus.
I do like that every character that Lauren cosplays just has like a 50-50 chance of turning into a turbo gremlin by the end of the weekend.
That's just, that's just cosplay.
I remember Idle-chan.
Oh my God.
I remember.
I mean, I think we helped with that too.
Yeah, of course.
That's
of course.
just how I am.
I enable.
Just chance of becoming full gremlin mode at any moment.
These are like the people I like to surround myself with on and off camera.
It's just all the neurodivergent gremlin friends.
Yeah, those are my people.
1 minute I'm cutesy, the next turbo gremlin. Amazing.
Whew! Alright. Water's heating up. Let's throw a lid on there. And shall we treat the dog? Because she pooped in the park like an adult.
Some other adult dog definitely. There's like just a huge poop just on the path. And clearly
Somebody took their mastiff out there or something?
Yeah, and somebody clearly did not see it because it was like smushed in a way that I'm like, oh man, that just like, that either ruined your shoes or is going to be a pain to clean your shoes up.
I love pooping in the park. Yay!
Neurodivergent gremlin mode stays on. Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking to 9.5 about it because like there is not a single photo of her that exists where she is not just like, yeah, you know?
Oh yeah.
I love her so much. All right. It is reward time for Sunny.
I don't know if I can do this.
I'll give you the signal.
All right.
Just wait for the signal. If I don't wait for the audio to mute, it'll sound like I'm in space. All right, go ahead. Oh, hello, Sunny. Wow. Oh, you wagging your tail a little bit? You know what's coming? Got some of these for you. Ooh, can you sit? Got a little boop. Very cute. High five. Boop. she couldn't figure out what leg to use. All right, Sunny. You sit pretty? All right, we're gonna toss. Aww. Good girl. All right, you earned another one, just because you're cute. All right, everybody say bye. Good swap back.
She's the best.
Wow. I love the new feature, like the mobile camera with the Sunny Cam. That was a good idea. Mm-hmm. Shout out to whoever told me about VDO Ninja. All right, let's cut up some green onions and some chicken.
My honey, I miss you already. You ever come out to Seattle?
I was about to say.
She will cuddle with you so hard.
She's an affectionate dog.
Mm-hmm.
All right, water, broth. Let's start heating up the broth here. We got green onions. I want a lot of green onions on this tonight because it's a torched green onion ramen.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's because you're a Negi baka.
I am also. We found out in November that apparently you can order a bowl of ramen in Japan, Negi baka style, which means an idiotic amount of green onions. Because you're a dumbass for green onions. And I felt seen in the same way that Amanda felt seen by like, I don't know, something she watched. Supposed to get the next complete tour schedule here soon. Fingers crossed for a West Coast. Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I would take time off work. Seriously.
Did you go out to California on your last tour?
Yeah, she's been out here before, right?
Yeah, I just don't think that she like was in like Washington State.
Nah, not this far north.
Well, it's funny because I think then she like skipped on up to Canada, just like completely bypassed the Seattle area. There's these birds that are nesting the balcony across from us, and they're just like vibing out in the patio.
Yeah, they're cute. Little red baby birds.
Yeah, I posted a picture on Discord, I guess probably a couple weeks ago. This seems to be a different family that's nesting in a news location.
Oh my god, these onions are dirty.
So Lauren says we were in Southern California and then went over to Salt Lake City.
Oh man, Salt Lake City's like 8 hours away. I would have made that trip.
Salt Lake City is also very pretty.
Actually, that trip would have cost me probably like $400 in gas.
Yeah.
Going through Eastern Washington is kind of rough.
Yeah. Was it only 8 hours? I feel like
I think it's like 8 or 10 hours. Like it's closer. It's like Jacksonville to the Keys, basically.
I mean, that leg of the trip, time had definitely lost all meaning.
Yeah, no, like it's Salt Lake City's closer than I think I realized. Somebody look it up. Seattle to Salt Lake City. I'm pretty sure it's only like 8 or 10 hours. We're throwing gas money at. I would not have accepted, but I appreciate the sentiment. Yeah, if you're ever out on the West Coast at all, like definitely let us know.
Yeah.
I had no idea you were even in LA. I knew it was somewhere in California. But I can also probably get a flight to LA for like $93 or something.
LA is very cheap to get to.
I actually am supposed to be down there at some point for some charity stuff. But more details on that some other time.
We're all supposed to be down in Vegas later
That's
this
true,
year.
yeah.
12 hours, 40 minutes. I thought it was further away.
Oh, really?
I thought it was.
I could still do it.
I mean, you can.
I could still do it.
That would be expensive. It's like wild, like moving through the country and like how much cheaper like the middle part of the country was, and you know, compared to.
Oh, dude, Idaho.
Yeah.
Those people live like millionaires.
I'm trying to think of like, I feel like Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Nebraska's really low.
Also live like millionaires.
Yeah. Like 8 hours if I'm driving cattle. Feel like you drive like Skits.
Dude, Skits is where we're from right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's in Northeast Florida, and I can't believe it.
Sweating away.
Just sweating the whole time. She's like, I'm from Southern California. It is too hot and humid for me here. What do I need to buy at Publix? I was like, mojo marinade. Have fun.
Dad can't go see Skits. Aww.
Yeah, she's a fun person to hang out with, but she might be out there again sometime. You never know.
She's got family. Yeah, now she texted me. She's like, I have landed and I have swamp ass. I'm like, oh, somebody's in Florida.
That's what happens. Welcome to Jacksonville's largest
Armpit.
What was the joke from 30 Rock Airport / strip club?
Yeah, that sounds about right. You know, working AC in your car.
Ugh,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, Graham didn't have AC back when we lived in
Yeah,
Orlando.
when we lived in Orlando, I didn't have AC, and I had to commute like 45 minutes each way to and from work.
You should
And
just
I
bring
would just straight up take a shower when I got to the hotel.
You also would just bring like a cup of ice and just like dump ice down your neck.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Welcome to the Deep South. Sister lived in that area for approximately 3 months before being like, nah, fam. Now she lives in Orlando. Yeah.
What, so she moved from Jacksonville to Orlando?
Oh, that was a bad move in my opinion.
Yeah,
But
I prefer
if she's living her best life, I won't judge.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I lived in Central Florida / Orlando for many years, and
Amanda and I had our first crappy apartment together in Orlando.
We did. It was very crappy. I have a lot of good memories.
Yeah, good memories of Orlando.
But
I don't want to go back.
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy living there. Seems to be happy in Orlando, so as long as she's happy, I'm happy. Well, that's good.
Hey, more power.
Tried to work with my windows down, just shower and get home after sweating the whole way. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's just swamp time
It's
right
rough.
now.
I feel your pain. I really do.
Do you know if it's an easy fix for the
AC stuff can be like pricey to even diagnose. Your best bet is to wait for like a holiday weekend, like 4th of July coming up, and get a free appraisal somewhere. Like that was eventually how mine got fixed. And then I sold the car like 3 weeks later.
Wait, so
Really poor timing in hindsight.
You know it's going to cost $2,500?
Oh, I see. You've already had somebody look at it.
Jeez.
So it's like a rebuild or something, it sounds like.
Jeez, yeah, that's enough. That's much.
It's like, for that price, you can just get like a reasonable used car.
Right. Yeah, Brianna, you're still like in the celebration kind of area, right?
The pot lid is like just a little too small for that pot. I looked over and it was like falling in.
You live 5 minutes from the mouse.
I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah. I will say, like, you know, Orlando, people kind of underestimate how big it is. Like, we used to have, like, Disney passes, but because we lived on, like, the UCF side of town, it would take, like, an hour.
It was like an hour trip, yeah.
Just to get over there, and it was, like, not worth it to keep passes.
For those wondering if I'm an idiot and why I'm cutting the onions like this, by the way, it's so they stay nice and thin and strandy. So that they'll curl up in some water, and then when we torch them, they'll have lots of surface area to brown up.
Dad said we replaced our central AC in the old house and 6 months later moved. I mean, that probably...
See, that's like Graham's schedule right there, man. You can't be doing that.
But because you had a new AC unit, were you able to sell the house for a better price?
That's what the AC guys always say. That's what they always say.
Don't even consider Universal a worthy drive most days. It's only 20-25 minutes. Yeah. You probably could take the bus pretty easy, I bet. Guess depending on like what road you're on, but yeah. I also like used to do Universal way more because Universal was cheaper.
Yeah, the annual pass was like half price.
And we used to do Islands of Adventure all the time. I really like roller coasters. But I'm like, I don't even know what the Disney, like, I know they have different tiers and different, like, things that you can do for the annual pass, but I'm like, I don't know how much it is, but I assume it's a ludicrous amount of money now. In the free, still not worth for most days. Dad says we rent the house. Oh, okay. You bought a new house, but you rent.
Oh, I see.
Well, that's good. Sure, the renter loves an OC. Yeah, I bet they do. I'm waiting because I know it's gonna get hot again. You know, to be prepared. We've got a pretty good setup, at least.
Yeah, our setup here is not bad. Like, I was really worried with the amount of sunlight we get in this apartment.
Yeah.
But it's it seems like we'll be able to handle it okay.
I just I get the most sun in my workshop, so on hot days, like pretty much once it turns like 9 a.m., I'll just close the windows and I'll put up I put up like a big piece of fleece to just block out all the light. Arjun really likes roller coasters too.
Hell yeah. Dude, like the Orlando roller coasters are good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially like Islands Adventure had just super fun roller coasters. Like the Hulk was really fun.
The Hulk one might be my favorite roller coaster I've ever been on.
Yeah, that one is like just super fun.
It does one of those like quick starts, like up a hill. So just like basically these super powerful magnets just shoot you up to like 40 miles an hour from stopped, basically. Super fun.
And then I don't know if they repurposed it for Harry Potter World, but they had Dueling Dragons.
I still call it Dueling Dragons for a variety of reasons, but yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know if it, because I feel like they also had issues with like having the dueling aspect work. I think they had to like stop doing that.
Oh, really? They don't run like counterflow anymore?
Yeah, I think that's
interesting.
I don't know. I feel like I heard it.
It's gone now. It's Hagrid. Wait, really?
Wait, is it just the same? I'm assuming it's the same roller coaster because roller coasters are very expensive.
Completely demolished it. Wow.
Oh, that's nuts.
Wow.
Why wouldn't you just paint it or something?
Oh, well, I mean, these things do have a shelf life, I guess, right? Like, they had to rebuild the Hulk one, but guaranteed they're never letting that Marvel world go as long as they can.
No.
You know, now that Disney has it.
Yeah. I mean, it was already like a big deal before Disney, had the Marvel Universe.
Now they're gonna keep it as long as they can.
They did it first with the dragon. That's what I thought. I thought they was like, now it's for Harry Potter. Okay. Trusty said, took a trip to Cedar Point last summer.
Love Cedar Point.
Roller coasters as a teenager, as an adult, not so much.
You know what's funny is like I still like roller coasters, but I definitely can't like. When I was a teenager, I would get off the roller coaster and just go right around to the line to get back on.
Yeah.
That I can't do anymore.
I haven't. I'm also like realizing, like, when was the last time I won a roller coaster?
I'll be chilling on a bench for ride 2.
Right.
I might be back on by like ride 4.
I mean, I think it depends on how long the ride is, like how long's the wait, right? Because often, like, if it's like a 25-minute wait, you've got time to sort of readjust while you wait in line.
True.
You know what was fun was the Aerosmith roller coaster.
That one's a good one. All right.
And you know what is new
Dude,
that I watched footage of that seems really fun is there's a Guardians of the Galaxy coaster now, and I guess that it has a different soundtrack. There's like 8 different songs or something that'll play while you're on it. That seems fun.
So this is a sous vide chicken breast that I made earlier. Chicken was on sale at Fred Meyer, so I stocked up. These are gonna be my high protein lunches for the week.
Nice.
But I made like 4 of these. Or 6 of these or something. But we're just gonna do thin slices for ramen topping instead of chashu, which is just doesn't make you feel quite as bad for eating it, you know? Mm-hmm. Definitely not as melty, not as unctuous, but it tastes pretty good.
So Sub says they rebuilt the Texas Giant recently, stripped of its status as the world's largest wooden coaster. It's all steel. Honestly, I've never been on a wooden roller coaster, and they sound absolutely terrifying.
They have one in Puyallup.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like a kind of a baby, right?
It's a smaller one, but you definitely cannot build wooden roller coasters as big as the steel ones.
Oh, yeah. Well, structurally. I played Valheim. I understand how physics work.
It's just a function of how close it is to the ground.
Zippy says my favorite roller coaster is Cedar Point. I've never been, but I heard it is really fun, especially if you do like roller coasters.
One of my favorite roller coaster days was with the Boy Scouts. I went to King's Dominion in Hershey, PA. That was fun.
Yeah,
I had a great time.
I heard that's fun too.
Whew, that's good.
See, Sub says my favorite coaster I've been on is the Wildfire at Silver Dollar City in Missouri. I've definitely never heard of that.
Dude, I love that there's a place called Silver Dollar City.
It's like a really perfect place to be in Missouri.
I'm picturing like those old Western style houses with the big wooden facade and everything.
Guardians of the Ride is amazing. Yeah, I have a coworker that went and she said it was awesome. So I like watched a YouTube video of like somebody recording it.
There's a fan fiction I read. Rihanna, please.
Oh. Wait, was it that big road trip one? Did I also read that fan fiction?
Yeah, I remember that. Lauren. Yeah. Here's our and yes, be kind to service industry professionals no matter where they are.
Oh yeah.
This is a Shoyu Tari. It's very like dark, bordering on black. It looks like motor oil. But you can see there's a little bit of like stuff floating on the top. And that is because this has sauteed sardines in it. A little extra savoriness. Umami, if you will.
Oh, okay. Same one. That's what I thought. Dave gave me the opportunity, says Zippy, to ride every single coaster there, so there's that at least.
The job comes with perks, basically. Is what you're saying.
Frosty says my favorite roller coaster is the Raptor at Cedar Point. You know what's funny is maybe it was the same name, or maybe I'm just getting them mixed up. You know what also had like really fun roller coasters that
Busch Gardens.
Busch Gardens.
You were thinking of Montu. The inverted coaster with the dangling legs?
I think so. I feel like, was there one called like the Raptor?
No, it was bird themed. Because Montu is like the Egyptian word for falcon or something. But, yeah.
No, all the roller coasters at Busch Gardens are super fun. I also really liked they had like kind of the old like carnival sort of things. They had like that boat thing that goes upside down.
All right. Oh, wow.
Raptor's
Final
a good one.
checklist time. What's up?
No, just reading Raptor. Raptor's a good one. Oh, Skits, hello.
Hello, Skits.
How is we were talking about you and how swampy you are in Florida.
Our swampy friend, Skits. Skits of the swamp.
Meow Mix says the Hulk ride at Universal took like an hour or 2 hours of line. Maybe sort of like, yeah.
Yeah.
That one usually has a bit of a line.
How do we feel about this stuff, Chad? Is everybody like Minma here?
I love it.
Swampy Skits.
Was there a dinosaur themed one at Busch Gardens in
There was the Manta. No, sorry. The Manta was SeaWorld.
Was it?
Montu, and there was another one, but it runs alongside one of the Savannah exhibits.
Yeah.
It was like cheetah themed, I think.
I do remember there being a cheetah one. There was the one that was like a panther.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Was it Zuma or something?
Something like that. Yeah, we're thinking of the same one.
Yeah. It was I think it was probably some African word that I didn't know. Super swampy. That's Florida.
That's Northeast Florida. You still in St. A, or are you in like Jacksonville? You're allowed to yell Duval in St. Augustine, just so you know.
It's true.
Just in case that comes up.
Your phone perished. Oh no, Meg.
Oh no.
We are talking about roller coasters.
We are.
We were talking about some like our favorite roller coasters and favorite places to go for roller coasters.
Oh, Sheikra. That was it.
Sheikra.
That was it.
They had a lot of roller coasters, and then they also had like the little baby ones too. Like they were all super fun. Mm-hmm. And they had the water rides were also really fun. I feel like
I love a water ride.
Yeah.
Especially the ones where you're like sat in a raft with like 8 strangers and everybody's just getting soaked.
Well, it's also because you're in Florida and you're like, God, I'm so hot. I just want to get just dumped on with water.
Man, I could really go for a really unclean shower right now.
I want the super chlorinated water.
Could really go for an unclean shower.
It was dragon themed, not dinosaurs.
Called Dragonfire. No, I don't remember that in Tampa at all.
I think that
that was Virginia.
Virginia, yeah.
Starliner at Miracle Surf and PCB, Panama City Beach was my fave, probably because nostalgia.
Nice.
Darjeeling, have I ever mentioned that's where my mom like grew up? Was Panama City Beach?
Water rides are so fun. The chafing afterwards is not. Yeah,
you're like, oh my god.
Or if your shoes get wet, right?
Okay, you just completely invalidated the good memories I was experiencing by remembering the chafe.
So the hack is that you bring a small backpack with clothes to change into.
That's true.
You like wear a bathing suit under your clothes so it dries quickly.
I remember enjoying those so much that like in the early days of the smartphone, I was like, oh my god, nobody's ever gonna ride one of these again.
Right.
Because everybody has a phone in their pocket that could go bad,
yeah.
right? And so I was like, the age of the water ride is over, and then they all became water resistant, so now it's fine again.
I think everybody also just like got in the habit of just bringing a Ziploc bag if you're gonna go on the water park.
And nostalgia ended. Well, yeah, now they've got lockers. They installed lockers for that sort of thing too, right?
A lot of them are like just free. You can just use a locker while you're on the roller coaster.
Not that I want to encourage people to go to Carowinds, but Fury 325 is an amazing coaster.
That's good to know. It is a really bad name, I will say.
Anytime you got to put a number in there, I feel like.
Like, why?
Especially if it's a really high number. It's like, what? 325 what? Is it 325 turns or feet?
Maybe it's like an angle.
Yeah. Or on a water ride somewhere that had a special compartment in the middle to put your stuff in. I totally can't remember which. Oh, that's a good idea.
I feel like I kind of remember
325 feet tall. I gotcha.
No, I don't think the Popeyes ride had that. I do feel like I kind of remember that now, and I'm like, did I go there?
The Popeyes ride definitely had
they had
lockers.
Yeah. Because you would get soaked.
Yeah,
on
that
Popeyes.
one would ruin your day. That was like my parents would be like, we got to wait until 4 p.m. to go on the Popeye ride because it's going to ruin our day.
No, well, you used to go in the morning, so then you dry off all day. I used to go to Universal all the time, and like my friend Lindsay and we had like systems in place,
I love that. The 5th tallest
even-
coaster in the world is at Carowinds, apparently. I love that. Cookie Mama, welcome in.
Hi, Cookie Mama.
If I ruin anything, I'm glad that you're here. Mama will fix it. How many designs they went through before they found one that stood up for long enough, Kappa?
Oh my god.
Ripsaw Rapid. Oh, that one's good
that
too.
one's fun.
That one's good too.
That one's fun.
Today's coasters would give me a panic attack. Let's find out. That sounds like a good live stream, Dad. Let's go on a coaster together. You and me.
I don't even know like where you go. Like
Gonna way exceed the height limit on like everything.
it's so funny because Miko and I we went to this. We had like a spa day at this like fancy kind of Korean spa a couple weeks ago, and she said like, "Oh, I really like going here. It kind of like gets it scratches the itch of a theme park because we don't have them up here." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess we don't
Not really,
have
yeah.
theme parks up here." There was back by Tacoma. There was that
We had
one,
we had the Enchanted Parkway
Shade
water
Forest.
park.
Yeah, which is like I think only open like 3 months out of the year. But yeah, I'm like, I guess it's not a thing.
Costume shop we worked in was right underneath it. Everyone else hated it. It was like people get annoyed when like a train goes by, but imagine a roller coaster.
Right.
People
Did you
going,
did you also just hear people screaming?
Yeah, doing one of those.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some sushi nori out because I think this will taste good with a little square of that on there. And I'm just preheating the bowl so that the fat doesn't fall out of a solution.
Oh,
Pass
how
out coaster stream, yeah. Coaster-thon.
And I was like, oh, how convenient. I can just stroll the door to remember I can ride the coaster. Right?
I love that.
That's like the nice thing about like if you work at a theme park is like if you know you get off at the end of the day and the park's still open, you just get
Yeah,
to
you
go
just get to enjoy the rest of your day for
hang
free.
out.
But then you're like spending extra time at work. I would feel conflicted, I think.
I would definitely not feel like I was working. I was like, I'm partying now.
Man, it's like I brought a change of clothes.
Well, at Universal, you had to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot you used to work at Universal.
That was my first job. But they actually had like a costume place that you would go into the employee area, and you'd actually change out of your clothes
Right.
and change into a costume, and then you'd return your costume at the end of the day. So you were not allowed to ride the coasters in uniform, so you'd have to do it when you're off the clock.
Sister's husband's like 6'8", and he has that issue too. He can never ride with us because he's too tall.
Oh, it's a bummer.
That is a big old bummer.
I think by the time I quit that job, I'd ridden that coaster on 50 times. Hell yeah, live your life. Live
You
your
got to
best
do
life.
what you're gonna do.
Brenna says I walk by the costume shop all the time. The secret Starbucks is near there.
Nice. All right. Oh, not like that. Let's do it like this. Let's make. For whatever reason, rectangles are more aesthetically pleasing than squares. I like to cut mine at about a 16:9 aspect ratio. There we go. Those are ready.
Universal definitely does not have princesses.
Yeah,
I was the
it manages a princess at home. What are you talking about?
I was the T-Rex princess in Jurassic Park.
Well, you worked in like the medieval area, right?
I did. I worked in. It used to be called Lost Continent. It's
Right.
now Harry Potter World, but it used to be called Lost Continent. And it was like kind of medieval, fantasy themed. And I had what I like to call the rave cart, which is the people that go out at night and they have like the movable carts and they sell all the light up stuff. That was my first job. I'm the queen. I say I've never really felt much like a princess type.
Amanda's more like the charming prince, to be honest.
It's true. I've been way more charming princes than I've been princesses. Literally, when I cosplayed as Princess Peach, I was mistaken for a man. So, you know, I was like, we'll just stick to princess, I think. Oh yeah, you right. Yeah, Sunny is a princess. And a baby princess.
Just getting a little color on the Tommies.
Little toasty boys.
Toasty boy Tommies.
But yeah, like, the interesting thing about, like, Universal is, unlike Disney, unless they've changed it, like, it wasn't, like, a huge, like, character meetup thing. Like, you just kind of went there for, like, rides.
Yeah, people don't go there to meet, like, Woody Woodpecker, right?
No.
People, like, kids today don't know who the hell Woody Woodpecker is.
I think if you went to, like, the Barney land, like, Barney would come out, but that made sense.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Forgot about
also, like,
Barney.
that was, like, you know, for kids, you know, like, little kids. But, you know, it was more there, like, you would see characters in the shows, and I think that's, like, the thing is, like, Universal was really big on, like, doing shows.
Yeah, true. Even during, like, Halloween Horror Nights, I remember the shows were, like, a big draw for people.
They're fun.
Yeah. Alright, I'm throwing out some of the green onions that are, like, too hard to eat. But the rest we're keeping. Those are ready.
That's where you can meet the Grinch at Grinchmas.
Ah, true. Grinchmas.
So there's some meetups, but not a lot, that are popular outside of like Megatron and Optimus. But you can meet Transformers now.
Yeah, those bowls are hot now.
I guess that makes sense because there's like a Transformers ride in there. They're doing a Last of Us house at Halloween Horror Nights this year. That sounds really cool. And I guess they only have now done it because of the show, huh?
Well, yeah, they own the rights, so
Yeah.
they want to try and saturate as much as they can. Dude, that is motor oil. Look at that.
Thick.
All right, we're going to put in a little bit of the butter now, not much. This is clarified butter with green onions cooked in it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put a little more on top when we're done also. But we can leave those alone for now because it's time to boil noodles. I'm going to do these one at a time. With them both, it's super fun.
Nice.
I see that being a good time. Actually, you know what? I forgot. Do you remember my friend Jay from college?
I don't.
We both knew him from like the convention scene.
Jay.
Also went by Jason sometimes. Last name began with a B.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he went by Jay. I always called him Jason.
I called him Jay just because
Okay.
we were bros. But one of his jobs during that period of time was he was Shaggy at Universal. Like he was the character actor for Shaggy. I forgot all about that until like right now.
Yeah, he looks like Shaggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a very good Shaggy.
That's good. I just remembered, like, the best thing about Halloween Horror Nights, at least for me, was the Bill and Ted show. They always have a Bill and Ted show every year.
Yeah, the Bill and Ted show's good.
And it's, like, super fun. And I love that, like, somehow Bill and Ted has just remained relevant all these years. They're just like, no, it's
decades since. Well, I guess they did have the movie come out semi-recently. Can you,
Yeah. Oh, wait, not that.
Wow.
Sub says, bro, I would love to play Shaggy, but I'm too fat.
Yeah, I mean, like my friend Jason, he was he fit the time. Like I saw him in costume once, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like the part you were born to play.
Yeah. Seen Shaggy and Scooby before. Yeah. I'm guessing that The Simpsons probably have like some characters that come out.
They do actually. Now that you mention it.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I forget because I still think of that as the Back to the Future ride. And it's not been to Back to the Future in like 20 years or something.
I know, it changed so long ago.
Or like it is not relevant anymore. The Simpsons is kind of timeless. So.
All right, there we go.
They might, but I hate the Simpsons ride, so I never go. Makes you super nauseous.
That's fair. It's
Yo.
it's a lot of movement that they've managed to make more rides these days that sort of smooth that out.
Yeah, it's a pretty old style, and like with the big screen.
Yeah.
Brianna, were you ever able to do the Star Wars ride? Because I feel like that's kind of a similar.
Well, they've smoothed that way out. Like that's the improved version
yeah.
of that same ride.
I know that's gone from undertakings. I also feel like because it was like a single screen.
Sorry, counter.
I think that kind of maybe made it a little bit easier.
Wow.
Bloop.
Nice long noodles. And get those nice and coated with the oil and the broth.
Star Tours. Yeah. Yeah, they like changed the. Didn't they like change the movie and stuff too?
The whole thing is like a whole new ride, basically.
I feel like I remember that. I think I might have ridden it like once.
Yeah, you and I rode it once, but apparently there's like 7 different stories that you can experience.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
So it gives you incentive. It's got replay value, right?
Replay value.
Replay value.
I think that's a smart way of doing it, because then you never really know what you're gonna get. And also, it's like if you plan on doing that from the beginning, very easy to implement, right? It's like smart design.
Minma.
Oh, they added more of the sequels. That's smart.
We're gonna put that. Whoops.
Someone says they aren't thin enough. He points in the direction for the noodles. Yeah. Skinny boys.
Should point out that the comments about the thickness of the noodles last time, not a complaint, but it did make me think. How could I make this better? All right, we're gonna torch these green onions, both to sort of heat them up, and also just because it looks nice. Put those right back there.
Don't forget about your nori.
Oh, I won't. We gotta torch them first, though.
Oh wait, Rihanna and I guess anybody else, would anybody be interested in doing like an anime night on Discord? I know we started to do a movie night.
Oh, you gotta talk about this on Twitch too, by the way.
True.
Because people there would definitely be interested.
Yeah. I gotta figure out a good time for it.
Alright, we got torched greens. And finishing touch. Oh, that smells so good. Hell yeah, dude. That looks amazing. The chicken and the tomato together, I think, honestly, it's just the color combination. That's like 3/4 of the reason I like it. I gotta do a little QC here.
You're talking Tutu. Princess Tutu would be tough because I have that on DVD and I don't have a DVD player. I was thinking, we've been talking about Fate a lot, and honestly, I will just put on Fate Zero again. I don't care. But I do also feel like everybody should watch Princess Tutu because it's absolutely incredible.
Modern fairy tale vibes.
Yeah.
It's a good show. All right. Oh, I almost brought you utensils, but no ramen. What a buffoon.
Is it on Prime?
Bowl's hot, be careful. All right, give me your honest review, score out of 10, while I prep the next bowl. And we'll get the good view.
The broth is good.
You like it with the, we did a lemon oil with this broth last time, and I thought that was excellent. But I'm curious what your thoughts are on the butter instead.
I think the butter is good.
Think the butter's better?
Basically just buttered noodles, and I love butter.
It is basically just buttered noodles with like a chicken broth, right? Chicken and pork broth. Wow. Very carefully get a full ladle of soup here, or mostly full.
I think, yeah, I think that the thinner noodles works a bit better.
Yeah? All right, you guys heard Amanda. She likes the thin noodles better. Oh, sorry, can you leave it on counter for me? I was hoping to get the soup pour. Wow. It's all right. It smells buttery. Like, you know what? This is what it reminds me of. Butter shoyu chicken. The Hawaiian dish. It smells like butter shoyu chicken. That's what it's reminding me of. All right. I'm going to call this recipe, sort of done then. Well, I'll wait for your score. And I gotta taste the noodles too. Otherwise, there's no point.
That makes sense.
The thinner noodles are definitely folding easier too. I like thinner noodles, I think.
I like the noodles for sukemem.
Yeah, obviously, but like, I think my style of ramen is still obviously developing. I think thin noodles is where I'm gonna wind up. They're just better with soup. I'm trying to really ace the presentation on this one, because one of these photos has to wind up on Twitter or something, otherwise it didn't happen, right?
I think I'd put this at like an 8 or a 9.
Jesus, really?
It's good.
Okay, alright. I'll reserve judgment until I actually taste it. But you got me curious now. Also, I'm going to add a ton of green onions to mine because, as we discussed earlier, your boy is kind of a Negi baka. Oh, that's not news to anybody here, I'm sure. Alright, and at a bare minimum... Sorry, that's not enough. At a bare minimum... I think I'm gonna put these on top of the chicken, actually.
And I'll have a great night. Have a good night, Meg.
Have a nice night, Meg. Thank you for watching. And thank you for the fantastic thumbnail as well. I really appreciate that.
Who's in the jar? That's
Oh, Minma.
Minma.
Minma. It's lacto-fermented and sautéed bamboo shoots. Oh yeah, nori. Sushi nori. Bam, there we go. I didn't torch this one just yet, but... Made a boo-boo. Don't ever do what I just did. Point the torch away from your food before you turn it on. Hopefully these don't taste like butane now. Smells delicious. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna take a photo. I'm gonna take a photo. Clean up the counter real quick, because it's a mess. Somebody made a mess in here. All right. There's my phone. Get up close for one, too. Oh, wait. Finishing touch. This is the green onion infused butter, clarified butter that we made. Just want to get a few butter bubbles. That is like as iconic looking a bowl of ramen as I think I've ever made. All right. Alright, as they say in Japan, everybody, bone apple teeth. Now let me get a spoon. This spoon, by the way, came from the Yokohama Ramen Museum. Treasured artifact. Okay, I see your point. I see your point. That is good.
Do they say that? Definitely. Every restaurant you go to, they're all like bone apple teeth.
Alright, honestly, I'll probably give it an 8 or a 9 too. That's pretty good. I don't think it's the best bowl I've ever made, but I will say that it manages to like hit a happy balance between like Western and Japanese flavors. I'm gonna try the torched green onions too, which got surprisingly soft with the torch. Mmm. It's like a smoky flavor. Goes really well with the butter. And you get little bitter bits where it's been actually burnt. And it has the same effect as like putting that burnt garlic oil in there. It's like just a little bitterness to kind of balance. And consider that this whole thing has like less than a tablespoon of oil in it. Like it tastes incredibly rich. I can find no complaint with this. How would I make it better? Black pepper, maybe? Should we try a little ramen pepper in there?
Yeah, I'm wondering about a bit of Shijimi Togarashi or the Sancho stuff. I think that could be good.
Let's find out. Let's find out. Hello, YouTube. Where is the shichimi? Do you know?
Is it not in that box?
I didn't see it in there.
Is it on the table? Because I'm like, did we last use it when everybody was over?
Oh, maybe. Oh, wait. I think it is in the box. Nope. That's white pepper. Alright, well, I don't know where that is, so I might not get to use it. I'm checking the pantry. Huh. Dang. Dang. Check over here. Oh, wait. Japanese seasonings go up. Alright. I'm gonna try it with a little shichimi, which I love this stuff anyway.
We'll say the super thin noodles kind of get tangled up a bit.
Just immediately tried to breathe that.
I'm in danger.
I kind of like that though. Like the thin noodles, you gotta be a little more methodical in how you eat them. Sort of forces you to choose fewer at a time. And then we're gonna try some Sancho with black garlic in there. This stuff is so good. Definitely try both, but it's better with the Sancho. Alright. I'm gonna wait for Amanda's review on that, and then we'll cut you guys loose. That Sancho pepper tastes great on the chicken, too. I need to just buy a ton of that next time I'm at Waji's.
Put a shelf there.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
That's like, that brought it up to like a 9 for me, for sure. All right. Well, yeah, flavor overload. I'm going to have like the broth sweats here in a bit, even though it's like only 62 degrees here. I'm going to very ungracefully inhale the rest of this off camera, but did want to say thank you very much everyone for watching. I might put out like a survey for the people that are here watching to see how you liked it. I don't think I'll do regular streams on YouTube. I think it'll be like an irregular thing where like I'm just streaming recipes that I'm more confident in here to sort of add them to the permanent record of recipes in the catalog, so to speak. But I like this format because I don't have to edit it when I'm done. So who knows, might come back. Unfortunately, there's not really a way to raid on YouTube. unless you have a friend that you ask for permission for rating like already. But I encourage you guys to check out the other videos on the channel if you want, or don't. It's up to you. Thank you. I had a good time. This was fun. It was also kind of nice not worrying about like Twitch metrics at all. So, and would have been a very one-sided conversation if you guys hadn't been here. So I do appreciate that. But yeah, until next time. Hopefully it's not another 2 years before I do one of these. Next time I come up with a recipe I'm happy with, I'll be back.
Thanks for that. One more.
Oh yeah. One more stab for the Pride merch there.
And we are going to be back on Twitch on Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. So I don't know what I'm making, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Have a nice night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Wait, stop streaming.